Hello everyone, I'm Nancy Quinn. If you're not familiar with my work, I'm an author and a wildlife artist, and I live in the mountains of Montana. Recently, I've had a few requests for another book reading, so today I'm going to read to you from my book entitled The Art of the Wild. It's my first bestseller and held the #1 position on multiple Amazon bestseller lists. This book is a prequel to my Go West trilogy, and it features my true stories of being a duty officer in conservation law enforcement for the state of Florida, and later evolving into a professional wildlife artist. I write about my encounters with wild animals such as tigers and leopards, and much more than that. My original artwork is on the cover of this book, and there is a story inside about this gorgeous clouded leopard. Let's start with the introduction. At this time in my life, I was 19 years old and was forging a desperately needed future. You'll be back, you know. You can't make it out there on your own. Yes, you'll be back, wanting rent money or asking to live with us again. I looked at my stepfather with a blank expression. He was an intimidating person, leaning against the front door frame, a glass of scotch in one hand and a cigarette in the other. I watched the thin line of smoke rise and curl into the air before it dissipated and lost all its form. I won't return to live here, only to visit. I was both defiant and confident in my words. I had been planning my escape since I was 11 years old. Life had taken a dramatic turn when I was only 6 years of age, and my father died in a car accident. The date was seared into my mind. July 20th, 1969, the day the American astronauts first landed on the moon. 4 years later, my world would change again, and not for the better, when my mother remarried. I inherently understood the only way to protect myself physically, mentally, and emotionally during this entire period was through constant planning and prayer. My health and safety became my #1 priority. I understood I would have to endure these childhood years, and I found solace in the hope of a wonderful future ahead. During this time, I worked at any job I could find, babysitting, gardening, and any tasks that would provide an opportunity to earn some money. I saved every penny of birthday and Christmas cash from my relatives, sold my pencil drawings and paintings, and later worked at a bakery, mortgage company, local tax office, and even taught calligraphy classes in an art supply store. I performed as a vocalist in competitions, country clubs, and many other establishments at special events. Every penny went into certificates of deposits or bank savings programs. I attended summer school so I could graduate a year early from high school. Only once did I dip into my savings to purchase a new car because the vehicle my mother and stepfather had loaned me for high school had bald tires and lacked functioning brakes. I needed something safer for the even longer drive to junior college. After 2 years, I earned my AA degree at age 19, but part-time work did not pay enough to further my education. It was enough to land me a full-time state job and my first opportunity for true independence. Every choice I had made up until then was a calculated risk that I believed was finally paying off. I was still so young that I had to convince the apartment manager to allow me to rent a unit. It almost didn't happen, but I was persistent and she reluctantly agreed. Now I had my own apartment in a safe and beautiful part of town where I could enjoy the simple pleasures of peaceful gardening and swimming. My plans were finally coming together. I had grown accustomed to people telling me I was too young and too inexperienced to achieve my independence. I constantly worked at achieving a balance of holding on and letting go. My life was akin to a tightrope act, and I was used to living without a safety net. This is where my future really begins. I hope you enjoyed this short read that sets the stage for how choices and fate led me through my early life. If you want to read more, the book is available through Amazon and bookstores. If you want an autographed copy from me, please contact me through my website at nancyquinnauthor.com. I'll leave the link below. I would be delighted to hear from you with any comments that you may have. I appreciate you listening. I'm much obliged, and I will say goodbye for now.